Hello all, welcome to another video on Vedic astrology. Today in this video, we will see about the concept of Bhavat Bhava and how to apply it to get predictions on calculating the events that occur in the horoscope of an individual. So what is Bhavat Bhava? It is actually a concept that is used to derive how two houses in a horoscope are related to one another with respect to their placements. That is, two houses are said to be hidden from each other when they are placed in 6th, 8th, or 12th within themselves. And also, when two houses are said to be open with each other, the houses should be in Kendra or Trikona with each other. Let's see a small example to get a better clarity on this. Take this house Cancer and Gemini. In calculating the aspect, we can see that a planet is not associated with 6th, 8th, and 12th from itself. That is, it does not aspect at any point in 6th, 8th, and 12th from the planet. And there is an exception to this. Mars has a special aspect in the 8th house, and that is the only exception we have. So, coming back to our concept, with respect to Cancer, Gemini is in the 12th house. So this sign, Gemini, is completely hidden from the house Cancer. No light aspect or any illumination of Cancer doesn't fall on Gemini, not even a single percentage. And the same applies to the 6th house from Cancer and also the 8th house from Cancer. There is no illumination of any aspect of Cancer to Sagittarius and Aquarius. And the reverse also holds good. That is, from Aquarius, there is no illumination or light focus or aspect on Cancer. From Sagittarius, Cancer is the 8th. So, from Sagittarius, there is no light or aspect on Cancer. So, this is something that is related to Bhava aspect. So, I'm just giving a slight overview of Bhava aspect to get a better clarity on Bhavat Bhava. So, this Bhavat Bhava concept is very much applied in determining the good and bad planets for an ascendant. Say, for example, we have Mercury here in its own sign, and let's say Venus is 12th from Mercury, that is in Leo. So, there is no aspect Mercury on Venus because Venus is in 12th from Mercury. And even in this position, Mercury does not aspect Venus. If Mercury is at the center of Virgo, that is in the 15th degree, there is not even a single point of aspect on Venus. The same thing applies when Venus is in the 15th degree of Aries and Mercury is again in the 15th degree of Virgo. There is not even 1% aspect on Venus by Mercury. So, this is a general outline for you to get a better idea about Bhavat Bhava. So many people taking it to a very different way, like suppose for example in a horoscope, fourth house is the house of mother and mother is the wife, that is spouse of father. Some people are taking in a wrong way that from fourth house, if we count the seventh house, there comes 10th house, and why not 10th house is not the house of father, and why ninth house became the house of father. This is not the correct way of applying the Bhavat Bhava. Third house will be house of sibling, and from there third there will be another sibling, and then from there third we will be coming to seventh house, which is the house of marriage, which is not a correct way of using the concept of Bhavat Bhava. So how Bhavat Bhava should be used? Bhavat Bhava is mainly used to find during a particular Mahadasha which house gets activated first. Every planet except the sun and the moon own two houses. So which house effect does a planet gives first? Say for example, Venus is in the 11th house. So let's say that Venus does not have any malefic association or connection. So in this case, Venus Mahadasha gives the significations of 11th house through the 5th house and the 12th house. So which is given first? So the 11th house significations are given followed by the 5th house because Venus is aspecting the 5th house through its 7th house aspect, and Venus is 12th from the 12th house. Only at the last point Venus gives the significations of its 12th house. So this is one important application of Bhavat Bhava. So let's do one more example. For Sagittarius ascendant, that is Dhanur Lagna, Venus is declared as the functional malefic. So when the native undergoes a Venus Mahadasha or an Antardasha, Venus has to do the qualities of the 6th house and the 11th house. So here in this horoscope, Venus is placed in the 11th house. Venus is also in its Mula Trikona. So Venus does the qualities of the 11th house much more compared to the 6th house. Because from the 6th house, that is from Taurus, Venus is placed 6 houses away from Taurus. That is, this is Taurus, which is owned by Venus. So from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Venus is hidden from Taurus 6 houses away. So Venus does the significations of Taurus only at the last, and it does the significations of Libra very predominantly. So the native will not suffer from the 6th house malefic natures, that is like enemies, disease, loans, etc. So here Venus is placed in the 7th house for the Pisces ascendant. So even for Pisces ascendant, Venus is a functional malefic. But here, since from a malefic house, that is from the 8th house, Venus is placed 12th from the 8th house. So the 8th house significations of Venus is very less, though it is the Mula Trikona sign, and Venus does most of its significations through the 7th house and the 3rd house, because Venus sits in the 7th house and Venus is also the owner of the 3rd house Taurus. This is one of the major outcome of Bhavat Bhava, that is to which Bhava a particular planet is much more related, that Bhava will get activated first, and if a particular Bhava is hidden from a planet, then during the Mahadasha of the planet or even during the Antardasha, the Bhava from which the planet is hidden, significations of those Bhava will be given by that planet at last. So here from the 2nd house, Jupiter will directly aspect the 6th house, and Jupiter at any point will not aspect the 8th house, and Jupiter is present 6th from the 8th house. That is, this is also a house of Jupiter, that is Pisces, and from here Jupiter is located 6 houses away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Jupiter is hidden because 6th is a hidden house. So Jupiter is hidden from the Pisces 6 houses away. So Jupiter does predominantly the efforts of 2nd house followed by 6th house, and very less and at very later point of time it does the significations of the 8th house. Now let's consider the situation. The ascendant is our Cancer ascendant and Jupiter is on the ascendant. Jupiter is the lord of the 6th house and the 9th house. And we know that Jupiter is much more associated with the 9th house, and Jupiter will do the qualities of the 1st house and the 9th house followed by the 6th house. But this does not mean that the 6th house significations will be reduced. That is, the timing of those events will be much later. That is, at the end of the Jupiter Dasha only, the 6th house significations of Jupiter will start. Apart from that, the loans, disturbances from enemies, diseases will all be there as the Lord of the 6th house is exalted, and hence only the timing of the manifestation of the diseases or loans or disturbances from enemies will be there only at the later part, that is at the end of the Jupiter Mahadasha, but the magnitude of those 6th house significations will be very high as well. So this is what I wanted to share regarding Bhavat Bhava. If you have any doubts, leave it in the comment section. I shall answer them for you whenever I find time. Thank you.